I will now perform the air brake test. The air brake test must be performed with the wheels of the bus chocked. And what I do, I proceed with a safe start. The safe start means that before we turn the engine on, we turn the accessories on with the ignition key, and we look at the ABS light to come off. Once it comes off, we know that the gauges got a chance to recalibrate, and it's alright to turn on the engine. So that's what it is. It's a safe start. That takes us to the next part, the air leak test. So the air leak test, what I do, I need to, before I do the air leak test, I need to let the pressure build up to 120 psi approximately. There's a device called a governor that will cut a burst of air, and when that happens, we will hear the burst of air coming out of the governor. That's about to happen here. See, that's what we just heard, and the pressure is now approximately 120 for each of the air pressure gauges. There are two because we have two air tanks. So we know that now we're ready to proceed with the air leak test. What I do for the air leak test, I turn the engine off, turn off the engine, I put the accessories back on, I apply the service brake only for the purpose to release the parking brake. So that yellow diamond here, that's the parking brake. If I wanted to apply it, I'd pull, but I'm gonna push to release. So that's what I'm doing. Now there will be an initial drop. It shouldn't be no more than 15 psi. After that initial drop, once the needle stabilizes, I look at how much additional air pressure I will lose over a minute without the service brake. It should be no more than 2 psi for that entire minute. So I waited for an entire minute, and I see an additional loss that is no more than 2 psi. So that's what we call the static part of the air leak test, because I did not apply the service brake. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna repeat the same exact procedure with my foot on the service brake. I'm applying the service brake. I should have again an additional drop of no more than 15 psi, and after that I should have over a minute an additional loss of air pressure that is no more than 3 psi per minute. So I look, I waited an entire minute, and I get an additional loss of no more than 3 psi. So I know that I'm good to go. I'm ready to proceed with the low air pressure warning signal part of the test now. So what it means, basically, I'm gonna fan off the brakes with service brake with my foot and make the air pressure drop. When it reaches approximately 60 psi, there is a light that's gonna come on the dashboard, and we're gonna hear a buzzer, and that's gonna tell us that this is the low air pressure warning signal, that the air pressure is dangerously low. See, that's what just happened here. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna keep fanning the brakes. When the air pressure reaches approximately 30 psi, this parking brake here will pop out like a spring. That is the spring brake part of the test. So I keep fanning the brakes, and indeed the parking brake just popped out, and the air pressure indicates 30 psi. So we're good to go. What I will do at this point, I will turn the engine back on and take advantage of this situation to unchock the wheels of the bus. Then I come back behind the steering wheel, and I test my service brake and my parking brake. So we start with the service brake. So first I need to build the pressure back on in my air tanks. When it reaches approximately 60 psi again, the light and the buzzer for the low air pressure warning signal will come up. So that's fixing to happen. I said approximately 60 psi. So that could be slightly different, but you shouldn't see a big gap, you know, as long as, you know, there's no discrepancy, that is consistent. Now what we do, we build the pressure back up. I'm using the accelerator to, you know, speed up things a little bit. And when it reaches approximately 120 psi again, what I will do is I will release the parking brake. Well, I will apply the service brake first. I'm almost there. Okay, here we go. We heard that the governor cutting a burst of air. So I'm applying the service brake. I release the parking brake again. I put the transmission into drive, and I let the vehicle roll slightly. Should be no more than 55 miles per hour. Then I stop the vehicle using, you know, applying the service brake, and it works well. So we're good to go. Now for the parking brake, what I do, I leave the transmission into drive. There are two ways to go about it. I can either apply the parking brake and give gas, and I see that the vehicle is not going anywhere, which shows it works. Or what I can do is to release my parking brake, let the vehicle roll, and pull the parking brake again, and I see it's obvious the parking brake works properly. So that completes. I put the vehicle, the transmission back in neutral at this point, and that shows we did the air brake test, service brake, parking brake, everything works.